Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the Precipice house, Steffi, Ridge and Eric continue agitating the situation with Carter and Hope. They agree not to step bottom in the place until they get it back. Eric wonders how he hopes to run a fashion house. Ridge snarks that it's not a fashion house, it's a global luxury brand. Is that what he called it? Eric says it's a travesty. Steffi says Hope's influence destroyed Carter, and now it could ruin the business. They reappraisal Carter and Hope pulling achievement. Ridge says it won't last. He can't run the company without them. They go over Carter and Hope being on their own. Ridge says Carter sees it as a business, but it's actually a community of artists. However, you need alleviation and a leader with a vision and passion if you want to run a fashion house. Carter can't run the company on his own. In the main office at Forrester, Carter tells Hope her mama would be amazing as the CEO of the company. He thinks it's perfect since she's run the company ahead. Hope prodigies if she accepts. What does that mean for her relationship with Ridge? Carter can understand her enterprises given Ridge hasn't replied well to any of this, but he has to do what's stylish for the company. Hope agrees that her mama is the stylish person for the job. She wants this, but it's a certainty that it'll beget problems. In the design office, Brooke can see that Elektra is shocked. I'm sorry. They've to let her go. Elektra doesn't understand why she's being let go. Ivy tries to intermediate. Brooke says Forrester is in a delicate period of transition. Katie says she's not a good fit. Elektra asks, is it because I'm a Forrester? They say no, as does Ivy, who points out she's also a Forrester. Elektra asks, well, what's it also? Elektra says she's sorry she was weird about having her print posted to promote the line. I'm a bit of a private person. Katie bends an eyebrow. Elektra tells them how important she loves Forrester. Why are you asking me to leave? Ivy wants to know as well. Brooke says the decision has been made. She needs to gather her effects, turn in her emblem and leave moment. At Il Giardino, Remy looks at his work on his phone and flashes to Elektra. He muses, your world is about to unravel, and I'll be there to pick up the pieces again. Will ambles in and Remy asks if he's there to pick up pizza. Will raspberries know I'm then to see you, Remy? Let's talk about Elektra. Remy says he knows her better than anyone. Will wants to explain commodity. Elektra is happy. She's happy working at Forrester. So, be the Joe she thinks you're and do and mess this up. Remy acts outraged at the idea that he'd mess effects up for Elektra. Will says she's talented and can have a long career at Forrester. I don't want anything to change that. It's her future, however, you're going to answer to me. If you do anything to mess that up. Brooke joins Carter and Hope in the main office wanting to talk to them. Carter says it's good timing, he has an offer for her. In the design office, Ivy asks Katie to be honest with her. Did Carter tell her to fire Elektra? Katie has the capability to handle these effects on her own. Ivy argues that her bastard loves Forrester. Katie goes on about it being the wrong time to have her at the company. Ivy realizes there's a reason she wouldn't tell her the verity right now, but warns that Elektra and Will have gotten really near. Good luck explaining this to her son. In the salon, Elektra returns and Will asks her not to be worried, but he went to see Remy. As he goes on about how wrong it was for him to show up there and says he needs to admire that she's trying to make a name for herself in the fashion world, Elektra breaks down crying. Will asks what's wrong, Elektra, she sobs. I was let go from Forrester. Will, I was fired. At the Precipice house, Eric has gone, and Steffi tells Ridge she hates this for Granddad. They wish they'd looked closer at the papers and lament trusting Carter. Ridge thinks it's only a matter of time before effects start to fall piecemeal over there. In the main office, Brooke tells Carter and Hope that with everything going on, she and Katie allowed. They'd handle Elektra's departure as snappily and discreetly as possible. Hope gops, you fired her. We just told her the jewelry line is safe. Brooke says they still have Ivy. Carter thanks Brooke for handling it. Hope still can't understand Elektra was adored there. Carter is thankful for Brooke's decision timber. It's the mark of a seasoned superintendent. He announces he's going to need a new CEO. Brooke asks if he has someone in mind. Carter smiles, as a matter of fact I do. In the design office, Katie tells Ivy she knows Will cares for her, but questions how well they really know her. In the salon, Will is dumbstruck over Elektra's news. He allowed. The jewelry line was safe. Elektra says it's not the line, it's her. They let her go and wouldn't tell her why. She loves working on the collection and this feels like home. Will says it's home. Elektra heartbreaks that she's felt happier and further secure there than she has in times. Now it's just gone and they wouldn't indeed tell me why. How could this be? In Remy's room, he sits down in front of his laptop, and the screen is full of prints of Elektra. He says he's sorry, but she'll thank him. At the Precipice house, Steffi tells Ridge that Carter can hire the right people. Ridge doesn't suppose anyone will work with someone who stole their company from them. Hope's an idiot who drove her own line into the ground. She sent help. Carter wants to show them that he can do this, but he can't, not on his own. He won't find anyone to help him move the company forward. In the main office, Carter declares that to be successful, they need the right people at the top. He can't run the day-to-day. The person he has in mind is further than good. Hope walls that it does come with complications. Carter needs a proven name at Forrester. Brooke doesn't agree with the preemption, but she wants to see the company thrive. Who are you allowing of? Someone from outside the company? Carter thinks it's important that the leadership comes from within. He reminds her she's run Forrester ahead. I suppose you can again. It's you, Brooke. You're the CEO I want. Her leadership will shoot a communication that commodity new and instigative is passing there. Hope agrees she's the perfect person. Carter implores her to say yes to being their CEO. Hope Logan and Carter Walton spent some time celebrating their palm by getting passionate on the lounge of Carter's new office. Although Hope was thrilled about Carter's palm, she confessed her concern for Brooke Logan's relationship with Ridge Forrester. At Brooke's place, she gave Katie Logan updates on all the preemption drama. So Katie bothered about the PR extremity and felt they demanded to get a press release out ASAP. Brooke said that was over to Hope and Carter now before talk turned to all the drama that went down with Ridge. Katie was floored over Ridge calling Hope a slut and a loud. It was ridiculous that Ridge couldn't live on the same property with Hope, who was an acre down at the cabin. Since Brooke didn't give Ridge the answer he wanted to his claim, she explained that he bolted during their argument. Katie was induced that Ridge would ultimately come home and apologize, but Brooke didn't feel as certain. Katie assured her family that she'd lock up. Meanwhile, Remy Price pledged to get Elektra Forrester down from Will Spencer as he created more deep fake prints. Once Remy was finished, he transferred a brochure full of them to Katie's Forrester Creations dispatch address. Back with Katie, she was spooked when she opened the dispatch and clicked on one of the prints, which obviously made it look like Elektra was completely undressed. In the Forrester salon, Elektra bothered about the preemption news and didn't want her family allowing she was betraying them. Elektra also bothered about Remy since his own dreams didn't come true, and he didn't have a lot of musketeers to calculate on. Still, Will pushed Elektra to just embrace everything good in her life and promised no bone would take it down from her. Elektra sounded to accept Will's vaticination and consolation that her job was secure. At the Precipice house, Steffi Forrester was outraged over Brooke defending Hope after what she did with Carter. Ridge admitted he'd said some effects in wrathfulness that he presumably shouldn't have said, but Steffi allowed. Hope had done far worse. Steffi was glad Ridge didn't hold back with Brooke since Hope had it coming as far as she was concerned. Taylor Hayes agreed that Brooke should be backing Ridge up, not taking Hope's side. Both Steffi and Taylor were glad that Ridge was there with them now. The people who loved him. Taylor suggested that life with Brooke always brought pain, but it didn't have to be like that. After Taylor assured Ridge that she had his love and support along with Steffi's, the spouses participated a warm grasp. Steffi was relatively pleased at the sight of it as she stood hard. Ridge and Taylor will get much near before the week's over, so don't miss all the hot scenes to come.